Hello, Parkway community. This is Principal McBride with some updates and announcements about in-person learning and virtual learning. Today, we're going to go through some of the information about the Parkway specific of what IPL or in-person learning looks like or virtual learning. First off, will be welcoming all students to in-person learning, and that will begin on Wednesday, April 14th. Monday, April 12th, and Tuesday, April 13th are going to be non-school days. We will have staff in the building preparing the building to be ready for your student. Students are going to attend Parkway from 8:30 to 1 o'clock p.m. That is going to be 4.5 hours. They will have 2 hours of additional schoolwork that will need to be completed at home. That will be Monday through Thursday, again, 8:30 to 1 o'clock at Parkway. And then Fridays are going to be distance learning days. So all of their information will be uploaded on Schoology. And then we will also continue with teacher check-ins, and that will be independent work time as well. There is an option to continue or to launch into virtual learning. This must be completed by Thursday, March 11th. That is tomorrow. You will need to click and apply to be a virtual learning student, and the application process and link is here, and you can find it on our website. So even if you previously signed up to have your student in virtual learning, everybody has been placed into in-person learning, and you will need to fill that form out again to choose virtual learning for the remainder of the school year. All students will remain in their current schedule with their current teacher, and they will still access all of their assignments on Schoology. So Schoology is going to continue to be that platform for learning. When they are here on site, they will be able to check in with their teacher. If they opted for on site, there are going to be daily office hours for virtual learning students, and then there is contact information that you can see here that is linked in, so that way you may reach out and email or call the teachers directly. If your student needs some help, there is Tutor Me, and there is tutoring help at any time for any subject. And then there is also the Academic Support Center that is going to be at Gordon Parks, and that's Monday through Thursday from 3:30 to 6:30 p.m. That is going to be available for all students as well. Now, in-person students, the bus routes should be coming into your mail beginning March 29th. The buses are going to resume their regular stops instead of community hubs, so you may have a different location and time for your bus commute. Face coverings are required on the bus, so you must enter with the mask on up over your nose, wearing that over your mouth and nose, and it must stay on at all times. Then once students enter into the building, they will get a breakfast to go. That will be a bagged meal. They will also get a lunch to go at the 1 o'clock time when they exit the building. When your student picks up the breakfast to go, they are going to go into their foundations class, and they will have breakfast there and eat inside the classroom. Again, upon dismissal, your student will be able to grab a lunch bag to go as they exit for the building. Now, in-person students, when they arrive at the building, that will be about 8:15. Foundations will start and go until 8:50. So upon arrival, you're going to grab your breakfast, keep all your items, and head right up to your foundations class. We really do not want congregating in the hallways, and it is very important to keep that 3 to 6 feet distancing between you and other students, or your student and other students, in order to keep them safe and mitigate the COVID-19. We will have block 1 from 8:53 to 9:51, block 2 from 9:54 to 10:52, block 3 from 10:55 to 11:53, block 4 from 11:56 to 1 o'clock. There is a 3-minute passing time in between each class. That is to fill up your water bottle and to use the restroom. We are keeping restrooms at 50% capacity. So if that is full, there will be an opportunity to go to the restroom during class time. And we are going to continue to use our protocol of scanning out of the classroom and using a QR code so that we can contact trace if needed. So Monday through Thursday, that will be the schedule with blocks, foundations and blocks 1 through 4. Students will start to get dismissed at 12:54. We are going to have a staggered dismissal, just as we do for on-site learning, and that will go until 1 o'clock. Once students get home, there will be about 2 more hours of work that they will need to complete once they arrive home from that 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock time to fulfill our school day. Now on Fridays, all students will be engaged in distance learning. All items will be uploaded onto Schoology by 8:30 a.m. Those materials and postings will be available. There may be review, enrichment, and new information. So please make sure that your student is logging on every Friday for their learning at home. Now, virtual learning students, teachers are going to post every day, just like they have all year. Instruction is primarily asynchronous, meaning that there is not as much live instruction opportunity. Students have flexible hours that they can jump in and start their work and work on their assignments. Our teachers will be having office hours from 1:30 to 2:30 every day, Monday through Friday. So virtual learning students will be able to connect with their teacher directly and be able to ask them some questions. And on Fridays, all students, including in-person learning and virtual learning students, are going to be engaged with online curriculum. So if you need help with assignments as a virtual learner, number one is to watch all of those videos and instructions, rewatch them in Schoology, save your questions, and go attend office hours from 1:30 to 2:30. And then another option is to call Tutor Me. And there are experts there that are able to assist. Now, virtual learning students, again, all information will be posted by 8:30 a.m. It will be in your Schoology course. Make sure that you have contacting your teachers with any questions. And then Fridays will be virtual learning for all items. Now, what is the difference between in-person and virtual learning? So if you take a look here, we've got a side-by-side comparison where in-person learning, they are in their classroom with their teachers on a shortened day, Monday through Thursday. Virtual learning, you're always at home, Monday through Friday. In-person learning, there is class can include new instruction, and the adults are there to support the students directly. In virtual learning, it is primarily asynchronous, and that student is driving their learning. In person, every day, Monday through Thursday, there's 2 additional hours that you need to fulfill of your education requirements at home. And in person, at school, somebody is taking your attendance for you Monday through Thursday. At home on Fridays, you need to log into your campus app and be able to take the attendance there. If you are virtual learning, you are continuing as you have all year, using that campus app to take your attendance daily. So again, both models, they are utilizing Schoology as their learning platform and have to have their iPad charged for their learning every single day. If you are a student that is in-person learning, you are able to switch to virtual learning for the remainder of the school year. If you choose virtual learning and you want to, you will have to remain in virtual learning for the remainder of the year. There will not be any switching into in-person learning once this model has started. So again, attendance is very, very important. If you're in person, teachers will be taking your attendance Monday through Thursday, and then virtual learners and in-person learners on Fridays, anytime you are at home, you are going to need to log into Infinite Campus and take that attendance yourself. One of the things to note is lockers are not going to be available for in-person learning. So it is going to be very, very important that if you choose in-person learning, that your student has their iPad charged every single day and is ready for the day of learning. And then also that they are going to maybe have a light jacket or something like that with them, have their backpack and any other school supplies that they will need, pencils, paper, calculator in their backpack so that they are ready to learn while they are in-person learning. Health and safety measures. It's really important to realize that every single day, parents and students should be doing a daily screening based on how you're feeling. And if you are at all sick by any means, please, please, please stay home for the safety of yourself and the safety of others. Face coverings are required It's required for all students unless there's a medical exemption that needs to be filed through Nurse Vanessa. The bus drivers have them if you need them. We have extras here at school, so if you need some, we can supply you a face mask upon arrival at school as well. It does need to be properly covering your nose and your mouth in order for it to provide those safety measures. We are going to have increased daily disinfecting from our custodial staff in those high touch areas, and then sanitizing and using disinfectant sprays throughout the building. And then if you are sick or have been in close contact with somebody that has tested positive for COVID-19, you need to get onto the logging system and report it. Again, that is if your student is sick with anything, and then or if you have had close contact with anybody with COVID-19. So if a student becomes sick during the school day, they will be isolated. So they will be kept away from other people that are healthy until a parent can pick them up. So please be flexible with us as we continue to keep your students safe and the safety of all others that are in the building. If there is a case at school, we will be following and working with St. Paul Public Schools and their communications department to make sure that you are notified if you were a close contact with a student or faculty member with COVID-19. You can find those protocols here linked in or on our website as well. Students who are quarantined will resume in distance learning, and they will continue to access their content in distance learning while they are quarantining and cleared to return. The district has created a little video for us here that we will watch now. If I can get it to play.
Safety is everyone's responsibility. What you do both in and outside of school helps our whole community stay healthy and learn safely. SPPS is encouraging all students and families to help keep our schools open by following these guidelines. K-12 students, SPPS employees, and visitors must wear a face covering unless medically exempt, both at school and on the bus. Pre-K students are strongly encouraged to wear face coverings if they can comply with CDC guidance. Students, staff, and visitors are expected to provide their own face coverings whenever possible. However, masks will be available for anyone who needs them. SPPS will work to provide 3 feet or more of spacing between elementary students where possible, and a minimum of 3 to 6 feet for secondary students. Schools will limit mixing of students throughout the day to minimize risk and reduce exposure. It's important to know that certain circumstances may require closer contact between students and staff. Please talk to your children about keeping a distance from others to help minimize the spread of COVID-19. Families should conduct a health screening every morning before sending their student to school or the bus stop. School staff will also monitor for symptoms throughout the school day. COVID symptoms may include fever, cough, difficulty breathing, loss of taste or smell, and other symptoms. If your child is exhibiting any COVID-19 symptoms, do not send them to school. Report the absence to your child's school and submit a report to the COVID-19 reporting system the same day for next steps. It is strongly recommended that students and families learning in person get a COVID-19 test every 2 weeks. Families can find locations for free testing at spps.org/reopen. If you have any COVID symptoms, have tested positive for COVID-19, or have had close contact with someone who has tested positive, do not come to school. Unnecessary travel is highly discouraged. If you must travel, do what you can to protect yourself and your family. Before you decide to travel, think about how much COVID-19 is spreading where you are going and how much it is spreading in your local community. Whether you or someone you are traveling with could get very sick from COVID-19. How easy or difficult it will be to keep 6 feet between people. Whether you would be able to miss work, school, or other activities if you get sick. Thank you for doing your part to keep SPPS schools safe and open.